Alright guys, welcome back to Soai. Yeah. I even know where I'm at in this whole thing, but in today's video, we're at Latti's Kitchen and the vibe is to arrange the fridges finally. So I believe in storage there's at least $1,000 worth of just racks. These fridge racks are really expensive, each of them. I think you buy them brand new is like maybe $120, $80 each. It's crazy. So there's at least probably less than 1,000, but there's like very expensive racks back there. So I'm gonna find the ones appropriately for the fridge. And yeah, as I go through it, I'll show you guys what I'm doing. I kid you not, I was here a while back and it was probably one of the most stressful experiences. I'm like, yo, because when I'm here, it's not just only about making the content. I also want to manage the space to a level where, even that today, I'm gonna try to work on that as well. Work on an inventory list system where we stop running out of things. And this is something I find in this restaurant at this moment. I can't speak about other restaurants, but okay. All right, she has to go across the street to grab some, I think it's penny pasta. Like those things can't happen. When we only have such a small space, small stove, every single moment, every single step has to be precise. Everything needs to be prepped, items need to be taken accounted for, so we're gonna be working on that today. But first, my main agenda is to prep a majority of the stuff, have the fridge organized as best as possible. Hopefully those racks are the correct racks I'm gonna start on this fridge in particular. Then I'm gonna do a QR system where the staff can know how I want the fridge to be packed. So if it's sweet peppers on top, corn there, blah, blah, blah. So everything is like that. As well as they should, at the end of the night, have an amount of things prepped, so whoever comes in the morning doesn't have to be running around loops trying to do all of these things. And this place, it gets customers before the video, worst after the video. So let's start on that right now. We also got a new prepper, so I'm gonna work on having a particular team down here as well. So last time, you guys saw the fridge already, so I'm gonna try my best to pack out. Once these racks are the correct racks, I'm gonna get all of them like this situated. So that's gonna be my task for today. When the prepper comes as well, I'm gonna have her help me prep certain things. We're not gonna be prepping every single thing, because sometimes, you never know. You want to have like a sweet pepper hole just in case you want to do something special on a day, switch it up. But at least half of them would be prepped, and so I can see each and every shelf. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it simple for today's video. Also some pumpkins as well. She did mention that we need like soup, like corn for the soup. Those little things, there's so much things in a restaurant. I think one of the bulbs up there is blown. Lighting in a restaurant is very important because that's where you're able to see debris. You're able to see the color of your soup is the correct color. You're able to see just anything. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and also for content. So I have to work on getting some of those stuff too. And man, bro, do not open a restaurant if you're not ready for this kind of thing. But it's fulfilling. Like when the people come in and they say they love the food, or this is one of their favorite restaurants, or is their favorite restaurant, and there's people who will come like every single day and you know their order. All right. So of course my luck is the fridge that I showed you before, the easiest one that has the rail on, that's perfectly fine. That's the one that there's no racks for. I did find a couple white racks which I could probably Dremel down to size because it's not fitting. So if I could Dremel it a little bit, one of my friends, Kenny, I'm gonna ask him if I could borrow his little Dremel, see if I could work with that to kind of cut it down to the correct size for that fridge. Because again, if we could save some bucks, let's save some bucks. But for the fridge there behind me, there's a silver fridge behind me there. That one, we have two racks that fit perfectly. It is the correct rack for it, but the fridge railing is warped, it's damaged, so I'm gonna have to fix it. I was hoping to not start with that fridge, but yeah. Just yeah, I know. All right, I'm gonna do that and. So here are a few things I'm gonna need. I have self-tapping screws. That's gonna screw into the metal, I'm using, I think it's a 1/2 or 1/4 inch because the fridge lining is very, very thin, so you don't need nothing too long, and it will be able to cut through the metal on its own. I also have, what you call this now? This is the RTV, basically silicone, which is food grade silicone. That's going to also make sure that the holes are caulked up. And the last thing I have here is the fridge shelf clips. So some of the clips are missing, so I'm gonna put these in and make sure that it's the correct size, hopefully. And I also brought my drill from home as well to help with this, and screwdrivers and other things like that. So this is one of the fridge clip is a little bit smaller than the one from factory, but it should work. So basically it goes like this up into here, and then I need to just bend it a little bit so this goes into that and it won't slip, and then the rack will get caught in here and it won't be able to move. What's up? Probably in the bathroom. So far, this is a lot more sturdy. It's not gonna move for now. The original factory way, they use rivets, but with a rivet it's hard to actually service it over time, because with a top screw I can actually remove it, but when the rivets come out, I'm not sure how you would get out the rivets. I'm not too sure about that, but I could have bought like a rivet gun or something like that. But so far this rack here is a lot more sturdy. I'm trying to put it at specific points because you're not going to use all of the rail at any given time. So the parts where I know that we're not going to use or move the rails at all, if I can give it an extra screw for extra strength, why not? Because when people just throw things like potatoes and stuff on top, it's going to give it an issue. And what I'll be doing with this as well, because it's going to be prep stuff, it's not going to be as heavy as stuff that is not like cleaned up, like the potatoes and stuff, to kind of have a little bit more weight reduction and some more organization. So far I'm glad that it seems to be working out as planned. All right, so we're looking really good. Now let me close this because it's been open for a little bit. What? Now, I might have somebody eventually give this fridge a proper cleanup. Now, you have to service these fridges. Some people might be like, yo, just buy a new fridge or whatever, which I doubt anybody would even say, to be fair. But these fridges, you have to take care of them. One of them is gonna be valued somewhere anywhere between like $2,000, probably even $3,000, especially if it's one that has a really good compressor and motor that will run for years. You can buy some that maybe cost like $1,500, but they won't last as long. And in a business like this, you don't want your fridge to shut down. If it breaks down, it means that you're gonna have spoilage, and then you have to have somebody come in to change a compressor, which is a fee. Service fees here in the US, bro, it's not like back in Jamaica or some Caribbean islands or even Africa where you can get people to work on stuff at a cheaper price. Now, somebody came in here. I'm gonna take this down today to clean this this fan. This is one of the circulating fans here, right? So somebody was taking something out up here, and because it didn't have a guard, they hit the fan and basically broke it. That's gonna be a cost, because whoever did the repair before did not put the guard back on. And that's something that I'm gonna be working on here as well, which is like, you can't fix something and don't replace what's supposed to go back. You know what I'm saying? I used to have that issue when I went to like the mechanics in Jamaica. They would unscrew your car, and let's say the car had like 10 bolts, and they would put back 9 and be like, oh, one is missing, it'll be all right. No, it's not gonna be all right. The manufacturer gave it something, it means that it should be put back. All right, I'm gonna finish this off, and then I'm gonna put the shelves in, clean the shelves off, put the shelves in, and then I'm gonna show you guys what that looks like. All right, so I'm gonna change out some of these because like this one, that looks, yeah, it's not good. Putting something shinier.
Wanted rice and something else by supermarket. What it was Soai?
Eh?
What do you want for the rice and something?
The penny pasta. Yeah.
Because we never have no pasta. Nobody but that is kept to do with nice and nice. Ask Jimmy. And as me chat, is I'm not chat my other phone. Ask Jimmy. But me already put it on the pot and ketchup and like that's it. Go over there now. You see, no, I'm going to get this small something in my next slide.
So on each rail, there's a number. So I'm actually looking at a number so that it's like the right level. Rocking that thing like. Yo, dog, I didn't even do it right now. That feels good. So now we have, how many shelves did we not? We only had one shelf in there. Now we have an additional 2 shelves, which gives us like so much more, just so much flexibility, yo. So like here, cabbage is a huge seller. So we need things like cabbage already always prepped in this fridge. Cabbage, your potatoes, your carrots, your seasonings, because we do a lot of fresh garden seasonings. Is it garden seasonings? No, fresh herb seasonings. So we need all of those things ready. And then temporarily, that fridge I'm gonna have as like the storage fridge, where when we buy the stuff in the boxes and stuff, we can put them in there for now. Eventually, like I said before, I am gonna find a way to get those racks down to size so that that one can also be more organized. But one task at a time, one task at a time. And you guys might have not noticed, but I sure did. The light bulb is out, so I'm gonna do a quick research because some of these bulbs in kitchen, they're not the conventional bulbs. So for example, even the bulbs in the range or the hood of the stove, it's not the usual bulb. It has to be like a shatter resistant bulb. It has to be like a seal around it and a bunch of different stuff. And health inspectors, when they check for all of those stuff. So I'm gonna do a quick research on the bulb. If it's a regular fridge bulb, we just get one of those. So we can actually see the stuff that are inside of that. So yeah, I'm gonna do some prep work, finish stocking that fridge up, and that's a big win for Latoya's Kitchens. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna end this video on one success story, which is having the fridge back there behind me fixed in terms of the racks, a little bit more organization. I did get to do up some more cabbage. Yo, in this place, I ain't gonna lie, there's a lot that needs to be addressed in terms of organization. I would say this 100 times. If a butterfly farts, it affects everything. Like everything is just always on edge, and we need to have that addressed. So just now I spent maybe an hour or so just going through the store. I was on my iPad just going through Google Sheets, basically create an inventory for every single item. I'm certain I did an inventory for over 80 different items in the store, and that includes ingredients, supplies. I know it's close to 100. For the sake of it, let me look. And the time is now 12:33, so I've been here for over 12 hours. Not doing that tomorrow for sure, but sometimes you have to. So yeah, there's 83 items that I've done an inventory on. I'm certain there's probably 17 that I have not seen just yet, but yeah, I have 83 of the main items. So yeah, I did that. Tomorrow it's gonna be more like organization, because I find like some of the plates are like the food plates are here, there, everywhere. I also want to like label them so that you know like, yo, this is where that's supposed to go to. And then on my worksheet, I will start doing like low stock alerts. So let's say, so for example, if it goes below 50 plates, for me, that's gonna be a low stock. It means that we need to restock. So I'm gonna be putting in those numbers. There's a lot of stuff that I have to do, to be honest, but you can't do everything in one day. Yeah. Tomorrow's a new day. Definitely gonna come back tomorrow. Probably the day after, I'm gonna take a break. You know, do some other content, edit, stuff like that. But it's tedious. It's fun, and it's to show you, it's no joke. 12:34, and I got here at 11:30 something today. That says enough. All right. I'm gonna wrap this video up. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more content like this, drop it in the comments. Hopefully it gets more exciting. And I'll catch you on the next one. Remember, 2 things: love, nature, and adaptation. And always remember to keep the link.